Hey guys, how are you doing? I was just holding off and holding off and holding off on pushing that go live button because I am so nervous about this live. Oops, sorry, that's probably loud. I'm very nervous about this live because it's embroidery. It's embroidery. And so, anyway, I'm a little bit nervous about this live. And I also kind of have a weird camera set up. And so I hope this goes well. We'll see. But anyway, thank you so much for coming in. Let me see some of the people that are here. I saw Chris here a little bit ago, and Chris helped me out on figuring out how to do this. So she had sent me a message. It gave me some steps, and then I called her because, I don't understand all that lingo. And she walked me through it. And then I did a sample project last night. It had some issues between her and Patrice. We got those issues worked out. And so I hope tonight goes smoothly. But, there's no guarantees. Even if it doesn't, it'll be a learning lesson, right? Hey, Kevin. So let me go ahead and say hi to some people. And Karen, thank you for being here. Hi, yes, Dora. Sorry, I have to look over here. Hey, Sandra. Unbiased, I'm glad you're here. If I, lose my mind, help me walk along the way. All right. I know, Sharon, right? Embroidery and Marilyn. Hey, Rosalind. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Stephanie Calloway. And Gail Designs. Thank you for being here. All right. Here is Chris. Here's the lady that gave me the steps, and they worked out really well. Hey, Tanya. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Ethel. Hi, Judy. Welcome to the live. Hey, Karen S. April Jackson. Hey, Heather. Thanks for being here. Thanks for reminding about that thumbs up. I appreciate that. Sharon forgot to say hi to everybody. She was so excited when she saw it was embroidery. I've been nervous but excited all day, ever since last night. Ever since I figured out how to get it to work, I've been excited about it too. I act like I don't like embroidery, but I'm interested in it. I just need to learn to do it a little bit better. Hey, Patricia. Hey, Solar Creations. Thanks for being here. Marissa Dandridge, welcome here. I think you are an embroidery person too. I know you are. Hey, Victoria's Creations. So most all of you out there are going to know more about embroidery than I do. So I appreciate you just being here and kind of lifting me up and holding me up and being patient with me. Hey, Carol DeLong. Jennifer. Okay, so Jennifer, I think you got an embroidery machine recently. I think. Is that right? So this is a beginner project. So hopefully this is something maybe you'd be interested in. Hey, Crafting Away. Let's see. Hey, Leslie. And then I think Diane just got a embroidery machine too. So I don't know if she'll be in here, but I hope so, because I'm not sure if she's taken hers out of the box yet or not. Hey, Louise. Or maybe Diane was asking. No, I'm pretty sure Diane already got one. Hey, Cheryl. Thanks for being here. Hello, Melinda. Okay, let's see. Hey, Lucille. Let me see. Hey, Lena Doyle Crafting. Hopefully I have not scrolled past someone. I think I'm getting close to the bottom. Hi, Terry. Hey, Martha. Mrs. JB. Elena T, give me some claps. Claps for just trying. Hey, Bedazzling Designs. Mary Brown. Beverly Smith. Bernadette Taylor. Bernadette, one of my best friend's names was Bernadette. Hey, Ruby. And Veronica. Hey, Naomi. Naomi's a sewer. I don't know. Naomi, do you do embroidery too? You probably do. Hey, Sheila Cushionberry. Hi, Viola Floyd. Oh, look at this. I'm being so optimistic. You got this. Hey, Barb, another big embroidery person. All right, Carol needs to get back to embroidery. Used to make it. Uh-oh. Well, I'm going to be using a little bit of spray tonight. A little bit. Hopefully not too much and nobody starts yelling at me. Hey, Danny. Hi, Melody. Hey, Miss Becky. Hey, Angel B. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Dee. All right, Dee, what is your full name if you want to tell us? You don't have to, but if you want to. Hey, I about said Crafter Richie. Hey, Richie. Willie Roseman. Jolanda, hello. Hey, we're doing embroidery tonight. Yeah, have you ever thought about doing embroidery? Hey, Cassandra. Okay, do I see any other new people? Okay, yes, so Jennifer got a machine. It's a Viking. Good. Is that a Husqvarna too? That's what mine is. It's a Husqvarna Topaz 40. I got it when it was a kind of a closeout model. Hey, Sonia. And so I got a nice deal on it. So I picked it up and haven't really gotten into it yet. Hey, Dee Dee. Hey, Baby Giant Services. Okay. Donna. Okay, thanks, Donna. Nah, look at that, Donna. Nah. Hey, Dimps. Yeah, Dimps saw a picture of my stitches last night. I know Patrice won't yell at me, Chris, but you will. Chris told me just a little bit of spray. Like, okay, I'll try a little bit. Hey, Up Design or Up Designs. I love that you guys talk to each other. Hey, Rick Depoy. So excited. I just opened. All right. Okay, well, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to teach, but I'm going to teach you what I learned and teach you the process that I used last night, although I'm switching it up just a tiny bit. Okay, Jennifer, I thought that was, hey, Valerie. Oops, I thought I clicked on Valerie. There we go. Hey, Valerie. Okay, so I think I'm through all the comments. So let me add this to the screen and I'll show you what I did last night. I still have some of the, whatever this stuff is called, stabilizer in it. So I started last night doing a test cap for my niece, great niece Remy. And even though from the camera this might look okay, it really isn't. If I get it up closer to the camera, see all those white stitches that came through the top, especially on the R. And it just doesn't look so good. And then the thread broke between the M and the I. So I don't know how to go backwards in steps just to add the I. And so let me show you the back. Now, from what I understand, you're supposed to see a video I watched later said you should see, I don't remember how much, I think maybe Chris said 30%, but you should see a decent amount of your top thread on the bottom. So I was seeing some on the E and the M and almost not a lick on that R. So I reached out to her and Patrice and Demps, and everything they said was some tension issue. Do you know how to change the tension? I was like, no, but I'll watch YouTube University. And Chris said, get your manual out. And then I remembered that, and I'll show it to you later, when I put my thread on the machine, it goes on vertically like that. And I learned a while back, and I had totally forgot this, that if I don't put my little knobby thing, and I'll show it to you later, the thread holder, if I don't put it back down so this is horizontal, the stitching doesn't come out well. You have all kinds of tension issues. And even when it's upright like this, and I'm pulling at the bottom, you can feel it's tug. If I lay it down, it's very smooth. So then I stitched out a smaller I. It was problem solving here. I stitched out an I. However, on the I forgot to put the water-soluble stabilizer, whatever it's called, on the top. So it looks pretty good, but you can see some pulling, and it just didn't look that great. So then I started over, And I did everything the way she told me to do this time. I remembered all the stabilizers and all that. And I remembered to put my thread down. And look at that one. That one turned out really, really nice. And so I'm going to keep this cap just to like practice letters and such on. But fortunately, I have 2 more caps. I bought 2 a while back. And then yesterday I had a meeting in the next town over. They only had 1 more. And I'm glad they did since I ruined it. But that's my long version of what I'm doing tonight. And I'm just going to talk about each step along the way. And if you see me doing something crazy, let me know. Let me know. Okay. Okay. See somebody saying hi. Well, hey, Patrice. How are you? Thanks for coming in. The thread matches your rhinestone. Oh, and I know it's not Friday yet. I dragged this out of the closet right before the live because it's cold in this room usually. I was burning up the other night. And I thought, I'm going to wear it tomorrow anyway. I'll just put it on, take it off right after the live. But yeah, aren't the stones gorgeous? And the baby's booties buying is still going on for just a little bit longer. And that's where I get the stones from. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Jean. I don't think I said hi to you. Thanks for coming in. All right, Patrice. She's on standby just in case. I sent her the link and I said, if I implode, come help. All right, so I'm going to tell you what I did. And maybe it's the way you do it. Maybe it's not the way you do it. It worked well. And so it's the way I'm going to do it tonight. I am going to have my hat a little bit different tonight than what I did last night. Because after I worked on this, I went and watched another lady. And she had hers pinned down a little bit differently than I did. So anyway, let's just take this out. And this is a big hoop for this hat. I started with a smaller hoop and it just seemed like it was too bulky and I couldn't really get things done well. So I moved on to a big hoop. I'm sure you could do it with a 5x7. And if my hoop wasn't wide enough for my names, I can always turn my design and turn my hat. And so if you have a 5x7, that's another way that you can do it. So let's just go ahead and get started. Chris, I'm not going to use half a can. I am not going to use half a can. The red phone. You got the red phone on speed dial? Oh, okay. So you floated on your 4x4 and they turned out and turned your hat sideways. Worked okay. Good. Okay, what's that? Takedown stitches are awesome for keeping fabric from shifting. All right, well, I don't know how to do that. So I'm not doing that tonight, but I will maybe look into how to do that. All right, I'll just show you what I did last night. If it comes out well, then great. If it doesn't come down well, then not so great, but the hats are inexpensive. All right, so I'm just looking in here to see what I want to be the front and what I want to be the back. And I see the tag back there. And so I'm going to have this side's going to be the front. Now, Chris talked about you could print out your design or you could print out anything. You can just print out the word hi. You can print out anything. I also saw Jessie. I don't know if Jessie's here, but I saw Jessie say, put a little piece of tape down and put an up arrow on it. Now, I don't think this is the best tape to use, but I couldn't find my painter's tape because last night I had a heck of a time pulling this tape off the hat. So, first of all, I'm going to try to de-sticky it just a little bit, but I'm putting my little tape down here and I'm going to put an up arrow on it, okay? Because if you've done this a lot, you know, turn inside out, do this, do that, but it's all new to me, so it's not second nature to me. And hey, Carol Coleman. I know, Dems. Where is my painter's tape? You know I use it all the time when I'm blinging. So I don't know where it is. Okay, so then what I did was I went ahead and I flipped it like that. So it's on the inside, but I know what's up and what's down. Then the next step in my process, per instructions from Chris, were to put, well, if I can get my little heat press this down. There we go. Was to put a little bit of fusible stabilizer behind where I'm going to be embroidering. So I'm going to cut some, put it on the back. What I found last night was I was using way too much, but I'm still going to use way too much because you can pull it up and cut away what you don't need. But since I'm not all that great at this yet, I'd rather have enough. Okay? So, okay. Thank you.
Grab that in the garage.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tim heard me say that and brought me some painter's tape. Okay, so we'll have that for next time. A basting stitch. Okay. All right, so with this fusible stuff, whatever it's called, fusible nylon stabilizer, and this brand was Smith Thread, and I got it off of Amazon. There's a little bit of a shiny side. So if you have ever used heat bond, you know, one side has that bumpy adhesive side and one side has nothing. This isn't bumpy, but it's a little bit shiny looking. So I can tell that is the side with the adhesive. So here's where I'm going to put the name. And so I'm going to iron this on the back side. And that is to help keep the stitches from pulling through, puckering, all that good stuff, I guess. Okay. And she said it only takes a couple of seconds to get it to stick down. And I found that with this one, that was accurate. You just do, whoops, I think I just put it on high. Uncle Tim. Let's see. I print out the design and pin it to your hat until I trace it. I've seen too many people stitch it upside down. Yes, so this is the same general concept. I have an up arrow, so I know that is the up direction. It's just a little shortcut. Okay, that looks good for now. And Marissa, I may stitch it upside down. Time will tell. I might stitch it upside down and be really embarrassed. Okay, so now, once that's on, I'll flip it back this way for now. And there's my up arrow, so it needs to be, you know, I need to have it going in that direction. Okay, let me remember what the next step was. Okay, I need to put the stabilizer on my hoop. And then when I stitch it, I'm going to lay some of this liquid soluble, water soluble stuff on the front. And it feels, and this down here is where the tape was on the outside. So I'm going to cut that away. It feels, I don't know what it feels like. Almost like a sandwich baggie. You know, I'm going to use too much of this too. Dumps, don't get upset with me. I'm wasting a little bit until I know what I'm doing. But it feels similar to a sandwich baggie. Now, what I don't know is there an upside and a downside? I didn't really figure out that there was, so I just put it on there. Okay. Now, let's get the hooped. Now I'm getting hot because I'm getting stressed. I'm going to try to get both hats out of this because it uses a lot of stabilizer. And I think I'm not supposed to just split the middle and do it in the middle, even though that's what I would like to do, but I can't. So, going this way. Don't you be popping my hand. That's what my mom said the nuns did back when she was in school. Come by and crack her hand with a ruler. Probably not so much her, because she probably, didn't do. Well, no, she told me she got her hand cracked. Okay, so now I'm using a 240 by 150 millimeter hoop, which is about a 6 by 10, I think. I think that's the biggest this machine does. So I'm assuming it's a 6 by 10. Okay, I forgot to bring my pins in here because last night the way I was doing it was silly. Okay, so I have this latch unlatch. For anybody out here that hasn't done embroidery, you tighten it once it's like that. If it needs to be tighter, you twist that. But you can loosen it by flipping this up. And all you expert embroiderers are probably going, oh my gosh, she struggles so much. And I do. Because Chris told me getting all the hoop stuff done only takes a minute or two. It's really fast. It's like, okay. Okay, so it feels like it's down there. If it is not seated all the way down in there, so if these aren't flush, the top of that and the top of that, if they're not flush, I can't get it to go under my needle. So they have to be, it has to be pushed all the way down. Okay. Oh my goodness. I got lost. Okay, wait. I got lost already. What was the first thing down? Okay. So the first thing on the back of this hat is, what the heck is this stuff? It's a mesh poly, what is it? Dang it, I lost the thing. It's a fusible mesh. Somebody put it in the chat. What did I put down first? I can't find the label. But it's mesh. Here it is, I think. It is a fusible nylon stabilizer. So you can iron it on for kind of holding your hat in place, because this is a stretchy hat, and so this keeps it from stretching, this, that, and the other. Okay, I'm pretty sure. So that was what that was. And this one that's like the sandwich bag, that is a water soluble stabilizer. I'm going to put it on top when I stitch it out so that those stitches don't stretch the hat down into, so it doesn't stretch the hat. It keeps the top of the threads up on the top of the hat instead of getting too deep in. Did I say that right? I don't know. Hey, Nicole. Nicole, we're having comedy hour here. So join on in if you'd like to laugh at Marilyn. Okay, so now here's what I did. Let's see. I ended up, and I'm not going to do it this way tonight because I saw it done a better way. I think I saw it done a better way. I ended up putting it on here like this and then pulling all this back. So, Chris, is this how you do it? Or what I saw somebody else do was they had it this way. Hold on, I gotta think about this. How did they do that? Okay, no, that's not how I did it. So here's how the person that I watched after I did it last night, she had hers down flat, and that looked really nice. Here's the way I did it last night. I did it like this, and then I was trying to pull all this out from under it, and that was kind of a pain. So tonight, I'm going to do it the way I saw it done. So, the sticky stabilizer to float the hat. Oh, I should get some of that sticky stabilizer so I don't have to use my half can of basting spray. Okay, so I'm going to pause right here. For those of you that embroider, do you think this is the way I should do it? This feels so much easier than what I was doing last night. So I'm going to pause here And does this look right? Thanks, Bernadette. Bernadette, you're so sweet. I know I'm struggling. But I'm going to get there. Okay. Either way works as long as you don't stitch other parts of the hat closed. Okay. So I could do it either way. Rachel, you think you would do it this way? I don't have any sticky stabilizer, but now that I know there is sticky stabilizer, I think I might get some. Oh, I have some of those. So I am going to float it. I have some of those clips. So here is, I had to measure it last night because there's a little line on each side. And I thought, well, surely that's the center, but it's not. So I measured from the top to the line, and that was 6 inches. And then the bottom to the line was about 5. So then I did it again. And I saw that was 5.5 to the center of that thing, and 5.5 again. So this is actually the center going up and down. Let me show you that. So there's a line here and a line here. That line is on both sides. So I thought, well, that's probably the center. This single set of whatever that is, molded plastic, there's nothing over here like it. That's actually the center. So at some point, I think what I'll do is get a speed square or something and put a mark over here that is also the center, because that doesn't make sense to me why you wouldn't have it on both sides. Okay. There's the ruler. The ruler made its appearance. Okay, so I have my design going up, even though it looks weird. I was showing this to my son, and he was like, are you sure that's going to be the right way? And yep, it was the right way. Okay, so I know that's the right way, so I can take my tape off. I'm going to wait for a minute to take my tape off. Okay, I think I should grab some pins because, no, I'll be fine. Just keep going. Keep going, Marilyn. I didn't use pins last night. I don't have to have pins tonight. Although I may get the clamps that Dimps was talking about. Do you guys pin it? Do you pin it to your stabilizer so that it stays better? Okay, Chris. Got it. So I'm biased. I'm just winging it. I'm just winging it. I think that, you know, the brim is that wide. And so I have the brim basically in the center. I'm not going to do it right now. Okay. Thank you, though. Yep. Tim came in with a speed square. Okay. So I think that looks good. Okay. Let me, nose pins in the stitching zone. Okay. Let me grab real quick bowl clips. I'm not sure what bowl clips are. Maybe those like sewing clips. Where are my pins when I need them? Where are, okay, there we go. Okay. So I found my pin cushion. It doesn't have a ton of pins in it, but I have enough. And I was watching EJ's daughter. She has one of these in purple. It was so pretty. Tool time with Tim. Okay, so then the next thing that lady did, which I didn't do, but I'm going to do tonight, is way over here at the side where you're not going to stitch. Like, was it Marianne that said stay out of the stitching zone? I'm going to go ahead and put the pin through. Probably poke myself. And then take it up through the top. Let's go. These are some short pins. but I think I can get her. Yeah, I'm struggling. Just getting a pin in. Just getting a pin in is difficult. All the way to the side. Okay. There we go. So there's one side. Welcome to the Pin Poking Live. All right, so I have it pinned on one side. So let's get it done on this side. Well, let's come on through there, baby. You can do it. Sorry, y'all. Come on through. Come on. What in the world am I doing that is so difficult? I'm about ready to tape it. I'm worried about push. Oh, like I just poked a hole. I just poked a hole in the stabilizer. So I have it pinned, but now I'm going to add a little bit of tape since I poked a little hole in it. All right, there we go. Okay, so then I think she might have even pinned across here. I don't think I'm doing that. So Demps, you do like this now? Like that? I could get away with doing it on that side. Well, I guess I can do it over here too. But I think I'm going to... Can I clip over here too? Nothing's going to hit it over there, right? For now, I'm just going to pin it. That's not going to be enough. Last night, I just taped the heck out of it. I just taped it back onto itself. Oh, I forgot about the spray. Dang it, Chris. Oh, so that's why you use the baste and you don't add pins. Okay, that's how I'll do the next one. That is how I will do the next one. Okay, gotta make sure it doesn't hit the machine. I think this might work. I'm gonna make it work. I don't care how much tape I have to use. This is gonna hold it. Okay, so while you don't need it now, I thought about getting some of those needles. They have a slight, oh yeah, that'd probably be, that would help me. Okay, so that's not down very well. Let me go ahead and tape it right along there too. What a beginner. Forgot my basting spray. Okay, there we go. I think we're good. One more thing to tape. Yes, Jennifer, it is floating because it's not under the hoop to hold it. And I barely know that term too. Okay, so Demps, you use those curved ones for doing this kind of stuff? Okay, there we go. We got that done. So now I gotta bring my little machine over here. In the end, I'm gonna take this sticky tape off. I know that's my up, and I'm gonna lay this down and I'm gonna cut it down, probably. Cut it down a little bit. And last night when I was doing it, which I'm glad Chris didn't see, I just kind of held it while the machine started. I'm sorry, Chris. I cannot tell a fib that I did it the right way. I know you would have been screaming at me that it was going to get my hands, but there we go. I'm just going to put a little tape on one side. It'll start over here, and then I'll just kind of hold this to let it get started, and then I don't have to hold it anymore. Okay, so here's the hot mess that my hat looks like right there, and there's my flat area that I'm going to stitch on. So all I'm using is a font that is in my machine. My machine only came with one font, and that's what I'm going to use for these hats. And let me make some room for it. Now I wonder, let me see what happens if I remove this and then I move it over to here. Let me see if this is going to show very well. Okay, whoops. Oh, that's upside down. All right. Uh-oh. Now what do I do? Whoops. No, that's not going to work. Okay, it's going to have to be up. I don't know what I'm going to do. We're going to move the sewing machine over to here. Okay? So I don't think so, Jennifer, but I'm really not sure. Okay. Sorry if you just got sick. Okay. Whoa! Hi, I'm upside down. We're going to try to do it right here where the way I've done it before. So let me get all this out of the way, because this embroidery machine with the, well, the sewing machine with the embroidery arm is really, really long. Okay. Okay, I don't know that you're going to be able to read all this, but right now, so tell me, can you even read that? It looks so bright. It looks like you can't read it, but then again, I'm not really seeing it the way you are. So let me know, can you read it or not, okay? And while you do that, I'm going to take a drink. I'm thirsty. Oh, Barb, I need to do something like that. Cannot read. Okay. I don't know that it's going to get better, so I might have to read it to you. Basically, right now, what it's saying is remove hoop, clear embroidery arm for calibration, calibrate the embroidery unit. And then it tells me what foot I should be using. And I have that foot in. Hopefully I don't run out of bobbin thread. I think I'm going to go ahead. Surely that's enough bobbin thread. Surely. These aren't big hats. Okay. So I am going to go ahead and click the little green check mark that says, okay, go ahead and do that. So it's moving my arm right there all the way over. Okay, so it's kind of out of the way. Now, all I'm going to do, and I hope you can kind of see this. You can see maybe a little bit of it. I might have to look into those magnetic hoops. Too bright to read. I wish I could turn it down, but I'll let you know what I'm doing. So there's a button up here. You click that to do something, whatever you want to do. And then there's an A. There's two A's here. I think you can see that a little bit better in the blue. Transparent printer sheets. I need to go back and read this chat, see what I'm learning. Okay, so these are the fonts. Mine only has one. It has 10 millimeter, 20 millimeter, 30 millimeter. What I found, I started to do it with 30 millimeter, but I'm making two of these hats. One says Remy, it's only 4 letters. One says Piper. They are cousins. I wanted to be the same size. And so I went ahead on the second design and I used 20 millimeter. And the book, the manual for this actually shows you the size of 20 millimeters, 30 millimeters, so you can visualize it. All righty, so I am going to do Remy again, R-E-M-I, and you can kind of see that. You saw the letters probably. It says Remy right here where you probably can't read. Okay, so I'm done with it. So I'm going to click this check mark. Now, I need to change my hoop size. Right now, it says, it just defaults to 120 by 120. There is a picture of a hoop here, so I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to find my hoop size, which was 240 by 150. Okay, so what I thought was this button centers it, and it did. So there's a button down here that if you click on it, it puts it in the center of your hoop. And that's where I'm going to do this first one, is right in the center. Now, if I don't want to have to re-hoop stabilizer, I'm going to have to move the next hat. But, where's Tim's hat? But that's where I'm going to put this first one, okay? So I have my word ready, and there's a button here that says go. So I'm going to click on go. And it brings the arm, I'm sorry you didn't see that. It brings the arm of the machine over in place at the right place for the hoop size that I selected, which again was 240 by 150. It is telling me now, attach the hoop, it tells me the size, and make sure the hoop clicks into place. So I have my hoop here, and it slides under the foot, and then let me show you, there's some little grooves in it that have to go into an area of the embroidery arm. So right here, it has to go in a certain way, and it slides in, and then you have to wait, you have to make it click into place. So I like to hold my embroidery arm while I'm pushing. Okay, clicked into place. Oh my goodness. Let me roll this table down a little bit so I can see better. Okay. I think I saw Linda Gray come in here. Hey, Linda. I am a novice at this, Linda. I don't know a lot of what I'm doing, but I'm trying. Okay, so I am actually ready. If I wanted to frame this, I could. Oh, I need to hit the check mark. That means I did the last step they told me. Okay, what it did is it took the machine. Oh, good, you can see that. It took the needle to this corner of the R so that I can look at it and see if I like where it is. So I think if I hit this one, it goes to another place, and it's right on the right side of that. And it looks like it's in the middle. I want to go back to that bottom corner. My design might be a little bit close to the edge of the brim, but we're going for it. I don't care if it's a little too low or a little too high. These are free hats. They're like 6-year-old girls. They aren't going to care. And I don't really want to move the whole thing. Do I? Do I want to move the whole thing? Don't you think it'll be okay? I can always get another $1.25 hat, right? I just have to go to a different store. So, Bridget Porter, I have the Husqvarna Topaz 40. They're at least up to 50, if not higher now. I got this a little over a year ago when it was on closeout. Can I go up? Oh, okay. You are so smart. Okay, so I can move Remy on the screen so that it's placed a little bit better. I forgot about that. Now, if I go up, I'm actually going, if I go up, I'm going closer to the edge of the brim. So I'm going to try that. Let's see. I'm going to try to move it down. Oh, so that moves my whole hoop. How do I just move Remy down? Erg. What's this do? Oh, cool. So when I took this and I moved Remy down, it moved the needle with it. That's awesome. No, I don't want to go there. Get back over here. Oh, not that far. Okay, this jumps around. But this is such a cool feature. Okay. I'm going to go up. Now, okay. So I wish I could just go straight up or straight down. There's some little arrows down here, but none of them look like straight up or straight down. See those? So I don't really know how to go straight up or straight down without just dragging it. Marianne. That's funny. She does. Okay. All right, we're going to do it right there. So I'm going to click the little check mark that says I'm happy with it. And now over on the machine, there's a button that says start and stop. So let me kind of move this a little bit like that. Try the arrows on the, oh. Okay, I'll try that on the next one since I'm past that. Hey, Mimi, because I am doing a second one. Even if I don't have time to do it on live, I'll be doing a second one. Okay, so I have my water-soluble stuff under it, and I'm ready to do this. Now, Chris, don't yell at me for having my hand way over here, because I know it's going to stitch way over there. I'm just going to keep it there for a minute, okay? So I'm push start. Okay. See, I'm not even keeping it there. So it's going to stitch out the first letter, and then it's going to pause and let me change my thread color if I want to. But we're not changing thread. They love her. Oh my gosh, that is way too. That's kind of not in a good place. She'll just have to fold the hat up further to make it centered. I know, Eve. Can you believe it? It's not placed well, but the stitching looks good, and all the stuff that Chris had me put on there looks good. And I'm okay with it not being placed perfectly. It's the second hat I've ever done, and the first one that started out well. Okay, so I don't know if you can hear me, but while it's stitching, I can see right here. Oh, you can't see them, but it tells me for my whole design, the stitch count. Well, let me say I changed threads. The stitch count for the whole beanie is only 2,234 stitches, and I've done 594 of them. So on the next letter, when I hit start, it's going to tell me, okay, there's 574 stitches in this one, and my numbers will go up as it goes. So I know how far through the process it is. I have a feeling that's really loud. So as I'm talking over it, does it sound like I'm yelling? I don't want to talk if it's just annoying. That is why I told you to leave the tape with the arrow for placement. Then add water. Okay, that's what I'll do on the next one. That is what I will do on the next one. However, I'm still going to use tape, I think. Not print it all the way out. I don't know, Chris. I don't want to print it tonight. Hi, El. Whoops. Let's see. We're talking that's to the width of the printer. I need to figure out how to do all that. Okay. Hey, Elda. Thanks for popping in. Okay, so, hey Jessie. So now I'm going to go back over here and show you what it shows me for any beginners out there. It shows me that it's time to change the thread color if I want the third letter a different color. I don't. So I just I click the check mark that, okay, I'm ready. And then I have the screen. Oh, you can see it from there, I think. So I've done 1,168 stitches of 2,234. This next letter, the M, has 770 stitches, and I'm starting at number 1. So I hit start, and it is off to the races. Thank you. Thanks, Unbiased. I know it's not placed right, but it'll be okay. Hey, Michelle. Well, Elba, I'm glad you did catch a line. So, Barb, I need to understand how you would use that. And I know you've done videos before. You want to do a video on that to show kind of what you use that for? Because it sounds like something that could be really, really, really helpful. Aw, thanks, Patrice. This one looks so good. And here's what I was talking about. Okay, see my thread? See how it's horizontal? When you put the thread on, you pop that thing up and you drop it down on it. And then I just forgot to lay it back down. And actually, it's not pulling it off, but I should actually have this little, you can see, I should have the little end on it, and I don't. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm focusing on the thread. So you're looking through this plastic stuff. And I used way too much, but we're okay with that. For now, until I get to know what I'm doing. If you've seen me and how I haven't really known how to do this before, you'd be like, oh my gosh, she's come a long way. Okay, so it says change the thread color. I'm going to click that. And now I'm ready to do my last letter. And I've done 1,938 stitches of 2,234. My last letter has 297 stitches. So let me just get that laid down a little bit better. And then I'm going to push the stop button, and it's going to do my last letter. Elba, I hope you do too. Hey, Niall. Oh. So, Chris, isn't this the thread cap? That thing that's sitting there has always been there. Isn't this the thread cap that goes on the end? I need to read that manual. She told me last night, read the manual. It's like, oh yeah, they give you a manual for a reason. Hey, Greg Barker. Hope you're doing well. Okay, I'm just happy I made it through that first stitch out without any tears or super disappointments. Yes, I'm disappointed that I stitched in the wrong place. I probably should have left it alone and used the process of it's in the center and blah, blah, blah. But I didn't. Or I should have done what Embroidery told me and measure. So, yeah, Dan, so I'm not sure unless it's just giving you that opportunity if you want to. I don't know why it prompts me to do that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this off the hoop or off the machine. And then it has a thread cutter, so I don't have to cut that or anything. And let's go ahead and move the machine off so that we can see all the stuff I still need to do on this, okay? And then, I don't know if I want to do a second one online or not and show me making the same mistakes a second time. Oh, I mean, it's just the same thing that I just did. So I don't know if that's even interesting, but here we go. So let's take this thing off and see what's what. Let's hope it isn't stitched upside down. I used the up arrow. I think it's going to be okay. Now I have to remember I pinned it, unlike last night. I think this next time maybe I will just use basting spray. Just know it's a no judgment zone when I use way too much. Eve, hide your eyes when I pull the basting spray out. Chris, hide your eyes. Okay, so as I pull it off, the stabilizer is, coming off with it. This is tearaway. And so I have a few layers of things to deal with. First of all, I have some excess threads that I could trim down. I'm not going to take your time to do all those, but I'll trim it down a little bit. And then I have the tearaway to get out of there. Okay, where's some tweezers? There we go. So the tearaway, there we go. That just comes off. Okay, so I would take all of the tearaway off. And then remember when I started, I said, until I understand placement and all that, I used way too much of this fusible stuff. You can peel it up and you can trim it down. Yeah, Marianne, that's what I was talking about was I would just, that's what I did last night too, just reuse the stuff that's in there. I just have to be better at placement than what I was this last time. Okay, so I'm not going to take your time to do all this. I just want to show you, and most of you know way, way better than I do what to do. But for those of you that are new to it, so you trim this down, okay? So now let's turn that inside out. And this water-soluble stuff, first of all, I think I'll go ahead and trim my thread while it's still on there. I have a few threads because it jumps from the E to the M without cutting it. So I would trim those down. Let's pretend like I've trimmed them all down, okay? So then, okay, what's Linda Gray doing? What is Linda Gray doing? Good luck on your certification. Linda Gray, what are you doing? Let me find it. Okay, I really want to embroider now, but need to finish working on this course to renew my teaching license. Oh, I'm not being paid as a certified teacher with years of experience. Okay, Yes, you need to be studying then. Okay, backspace to delete the current design. Thanks, Marianne. Okay, so now we have this water-soluble stuff, and you can just rip it off. I would not have known that, but people shared that with me, that you can just peel it off. Now, you're going to have little remnants left, so you can see that it's shiny. And if I don't have to bring out the water and get that soluble stabilizer gummy, I would rather just peel it off without using any water. And it looks like it's coming off really nicely. Okay, so I still have some of the, I think they're called jump stitches maybe. I still have some of those jump stitches to get rid of, but I'm not too concerned about it. Okay, here is the true test. And it's not placed well. We all know it's not placed well. I didn't get it in the right place. However, I did get it right side up. So thank goodness Remy is small and she can fold this up quite a ways. It should have been up another ½ inch, something like that. But look at the stitching. Again, the jump stitches have to be trimmed. Let me get this one off. It's bothering me. But despite that it's not placed well, look how good that looks. I have a jump stitch there to get trimmed off. I think that looks great. I just have to find more of these hats so I can get it moved up and in the right place. Or I can figure out some little hearts or something to put up there so it's offset. Let's see, the lowest it could go is there. She's a little girl, so I think that would still be plenty big. So maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll find some hearts or something and do a row up there. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, there's no puckering. I was really thrilled about that because this is a thick, thick, stretchy stuff. So thanks, everybody. All right, so I have the first one done. I totally understand if you want to jump off and not watch the second one because it's the same thing. But I'm going to go ahead and do it, and I'll stay on here just in case anyone wants to stay on. Thanks, Marianne. Thanks, Eve. It looks good enough for a kid, right? Good enough. Okay, Chris, I'm not printing out my design because I'm on live and I don't have time to do that, right? So we're moving on. We're doing another hat. There's the back, here's the front. So this time I'm going to do what Chris said. I'm going to leave my design on until I've framed it, I guess. Carol, I actually have some curved ones. They're in there somewhere. Okay, so that is nice and centered right there. So Chris, I think you're saying then leave this on until you frame it and then put your water soluble stuff under there. Okay, so I'm going to use Jessie's little trick. We ain't going nowhere. All right, Dimps, thank you. So I'm going to put my up arrows on it. This tape's dark. Put my up arrows on it. No, I'm not gonna measure it. I'm winging it, but I'm at least doing better than I did last time. Hopefully, we're gonna see in a little bit. Okay, so as Chris told me, hey Anita. Okay, I've got my arrows on. So now on the back side of where I'm going to be doing this, my first step was to put my fusible mesh, polyfusible mesh or something like that. Okay. And I'm going to use too much again. So that's just the way I am, because if I don't know how to frame it really, really well, I just need to use more than I need. And I'll get better with time. All right, so we have that cut. Let me turn my little iron on. Wow, there's a lot of rhinestones on the floor. I've got my little mini iron. Let's get that to medium. I think I have 2 pairs, Sheila, or Carol. That's who said it. Okay. Did Delonda say crap? Start over. I am starting over, Delonda. I'm starting over on hat number 2. I'm going to try to do better. I don't know if you saw the first one. The stitching is gorgeous, but it was in not a perfect place. Perfect enough for a 7-year-old girl who likes to see her name on a hat. Who doesn't like to see their name on a hat? All right. So, iron this little stuff on. Thank you, Bernadette. That is so nice to hear. What's the mess for? Sorry, I didn't know anything about embroidery. If you're talking about the mess on the table, I don't know. Okay, so I'm just going to iron this on. Chris said just a couple of seconds in each place. You just need it to be attached. That looks good. Oh, the mesh. I am not starting over from 6:30. That's when I started. You were here. I'm starting over from 7:40. Okay, so this is a poly mesh stabilizer. It goes on the back, and it makes it where your stretchy hat is. I have hair in front of my face. It's driving me crazy. It makes it where your stretchy hat isn't going to stretch, so you're not going to get as much puckering. Yes, Sheila, I figured that out after I saw somebody actually know how to answer her. Press, don't iron. Okay, so I guess when you're stretching it, you could stretch the hat. So press it straight down. Okay, so I have that on. Now the next step, I think then, since I'm not putting the poly stuff on yet, I think the next step is to hoop it, which is, you know, ugh, difficult for me. Thanks, Kelly. Okay, so what I did then was I went ahead. I don't know why I turned that inside out. The sad face emoji. Okay, so now I'm going to put this flat down on my stabilizer. See, those arrows are still there. I want the top of my hat or the top of my embroidery to be up, because for me, just my brain, I think, okay, it's up. You could flip it around, you know, if you put it down like this, flip your words, but I want it to be up. So I'm going to put it up here somewhere. And I have little notches on the side, so I'm going to use those to try to get it fairly straight. Okay. Now, basting spray. I remembered, Chris. Ugh. Yes. All right. Okay, so my basting spray. I used it last night. What did I do with it? There it is. Okay. Let's shake this up. Now, if you have a hate toward basting spray, close your eyes. Look the other way. Grab something to drink. And I wasn't really sure if I should spray it on the paper or on the back of the hat. I feel like I don't know what I should do, so I'm just going to spray it on the paper. Okay, let's see. Good night, Carol. Okay, so I'm going to use a little spray, just a little few spritzes. But if you don't like spray, don't look. Okay, was that too much? One more over there. There. So this basting spray makes it where the back of the hat, which has that poly mesh on it, sticks down to the paper. Okay, that looks not straight. That looks more straight. Straight enough, right? Okay. I'm going to put a little bit here on this side. Ugh, I went my finger instead of the hat. Okay. I know, Demps, right? Am I using too much? One little spritz here. Just a little spritz. There. See how tiny a spritz that was? Okay, so this holds it down pretty well because I used quite a bit. Probably more than I'm supposed to because it's going to gunk up my needle and all those terrible things that happen when you use too much basting spray. Okay, so I'm going to pull the hat and put my little clip over here. Yes, Naomi, by all means, please feel free to make suggestions. I may not see everybody's suggestions, or I may be hard-headed and decide I don't want to do it, but I think that's a great idea. Chris told me last night, I think, to put little crosshairs or something in the middle. But I had a hard time just remembering to put all the stabilizer down. Okay. That makes sense, Chris. So put the spray onto the back of the hat, and onto the back of the hat, it actually would be going on the poly mesh. Oh, so here's an issue. My poly mesh over here wasn't attached so well, so my hat isn't sticking down. So I'm going to tape it to the paper and the frame. Okay, so use Goo Gone to get that off. Baby wipes. Okay. Thank you. All right, let's see how this goes. I think I can get away with having these clips. Looks like a war zone of tape. The stitching went really fast. It was just me and all my issues with not, just not doing it a lot is what was slow. Okay, so the middle of the hat is probably what I should mark, right? On the tape. Or the middle of the hoop, whatever. So I'm just going to put a full line up and down. And that'll be the center. Oh, but I got to put that, I have to put that water soluble stuff over it, so I actually won't be able to see that line. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, let's get the machine back over here. Let's see, I never stopped using baby wipes as my kids grew. Anita, did you get a machine? I didn't see that, but if so, tell us. You must have, because then Bai says congratulations. So let us know what machine you got. All right, bringing this over here. And Lord have mercy. Eat there with my bell. Oh, okay, Marianne. That makes sense. Thank you. I know y'all are like, this lady can do lasers. She can do bling. But she has a brain block when it comes to embroidery. Oh, Demps, that's a good idea, using chalk. Okay, let me get this situated just a little bit better. Okay. Okay, so looky there, Chris. That was almost falling off. Okay, so Chris, I think this is what I put on there, right? Ah! My tension's been so good. I hate to even do this, but I'm sure I probably should. Okay, so I have my little thing to hold my thread on. Now. So I got to wake up my screen. I just poke it with my little thing. And so I have Remy there. So the next name is Piper. What I don't know is if I can just edit that. How do I edit that? Let me think. I don't know. Whoops. Maybe the back arrow. Well, it looks like I'm starting over. So I'm going to type Piper, P-I-P-E-R, and then the green check mark, which means I'm done. Oh, look, I just put it right over the top of it. Okay, I don't want that. I do not want that. Delete. Oh, look, there's Piper. Okay, so I was on Remy and I deleted it. So let me get it to the center, and then I need to figure out where I need to go with it. I need to go way, way up. I'm still on the correct hoop size. So how did I get to go up last time? What did I click? What did I click to get it to go up? I don't know. I can drag it like this. Okay, so, oh, that is terrible. Pin on design, pin on design. Oh, like just hold it on there for a long time and it'll, and I want, okay, my pin's on the design. But last time I had those arrows that came up, I don't see them. What happens if I click that? Hey, ooh. So not all my letters moved up. Oh my gosh, now my letters are all out of whack. Getting rid of that. P-I-P-E-R. I got to change my hoop size. It thinks I want 120 by 120. So I'll pick the right hoop size. I'm going to tell it to put it in the center. Then I'm just going to drag it up. Okay, so I'm going to click on go. And then that's going to move over into place. And then it says attach my hoop. So let's attach the hoop. A lot of praying. That's what I should have been doing, Bernadette. More praying. So I'm going to hold this arm right here so there's not a lot of tension just put against it. And it clicked into place. So I say, okay. And then it moved up. So it moved up to, I don't think you can see that. It moved up. It's showing me that it's at this bottom left corner. Yeah, Demps, exactly. When it fails. I know, Chris. I don't know why it did. Oh, it is again, isn't it? What in the world? Thank you for letting me know that. Why? Why? I bet I have to start over. Remove the hoop. Okay, I've removed the hoop. We're deleting it. Delete. Anybody know why one letter would just move out of place like that? What am I doing wrong? Okay, so if I use the arrows, that doesn't do anything. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Some number is going in a different direction. My E is out of alignment again. I'm doing something wrong. I wonder, oh, I have it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. You have a button to move design up. Hoop, use it instead of the pin. I have a button to move the design up. I'm trying. I'm trying. Take a water break. Well, it's fizzy water, but thank you. Okay, so you guys are talking about 6 and 10 needle machines. Hey, EJ's daughter, I was talking about your purple pin cushion earlier. EJ's daughter, I'm struggling. I am struggling. Okay, so I have my design. Now I'd like to figure out how to move that up. See, the E just moved all by itself. Why is just the E moving? Anybody know the answer to that? Okay, they all moved. I hate to even touch it because that stupid E. Okay, we're going to start there. And then we're going to say go. And it's going to move the hoop over, I think. Yep, moving the hoop over. Tells me to attach the hoop. And it knows I want to use the 240 by 150. So earlier you could see that better. Okay, so I click on the green arrow and it's at the bottom left corner, and which is not bad. Okay, it's at this side of the tape. So let's do some more framing. I'm going to click on this. Now it's at not quite the bottom, a little bit more in the middle. And sorry, this camera works terrible. And it's over here on the tape. I wish I could move. I wish I could move it up? Let me look at the size of the text. I don't know. I'm going with that. I think that looks pretty good. So now I need to cut off some more of this. EJ's daughter, I would love to find a purple pin cushion. Dimps, I can't figure out how. I was able to figure it out the first time. It just kind of happened, and now I can't. So I'm going with this. I think it's going to be good. I wonder if they make some of this that's sticky. I mean, it's water soluble, so I guess if you have a little water, it gets sticky. Edit on the screen. I don't. I'll see edit. But I'm going to keep moving on and watch more YouTube University videos on it. Okay. So I haven't watched enough is probably my problem. Okay. Let's take that tape off. And lay my my water soluble, I think it is stabilizer, isn't it? This water soluble stuff on the top. I have way too much, but that's okay. And then I think I can press start. I think. Okay, Chris, I'm not going to put my hands over there. I'm going to hold it down here because it should go to that end when I hit start. All right, wish me luck. I did trace, yeah, kind of. The button to move the design, I think, is that flower button. Oh, okay. Why is it starting way on this end? Oh my goodness. It's stitching around it. What did I do? What did I do? only put a stitch all the way around it, but they are huge stitches. I guess it was just stitching down that stabilizer. They're huge stitches, so I'll be able to rip those out. Yeah, it like stitched out my trace box. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Sorry. Okay, so now we're going to start with the design. Let's see if we can get P for Piper down pretty well. Maybe I don't know how I got it to do that, but now I don't have to worry about that stuff moving. Okay, so you guys think that that was a good thing, a basting stitch, you can move them easily. I don't know how I got it to do it, but I kind of like it. Read the manual, said with love. Marianne, you sound like Chris. Except Chris just says, read the manual. That's what it's for. Thanks, Lachelle. I am a very, very hands-on, tactile learner. I swear. And Eve, she reads manuals. She's really good at it. Me, I just jump in and make all kinds of mistakes. But I need to, Marianne, I need to go back and read that manual. I just don't even know how I got it to do it. Okay, so now, just like last time, we see that it's giving me the opportunity to change my thread color. I don't want to, so I'm just going to mark that. And then I'm going to hit the go or the start button, and it's going to stitch out the next letter. So we have 5 letters to stitch out. Oh, yeah, I see, Marianne. I can see that. So I'm going to read about basting boxes, see how I got it to do it, because I actually like that. So much easier than worrying about it shift all around. Yeah. Yeah. And my design is placed a lot better. I would say it still could have used to go up a little bit more, up that way. Lachelle, so I did my first hat and it didn't do one. That's the first time I've ever had it done it. So I pushed something to make it do it. I don't know what, but I like it because it looks so much more secure. Patrice. Okay, so we'll be able to choose one stitch color and it will not stop for each letter. Okay. Let's see, what'd you say? Just don't use a basting box if you're bordering on vinyl. Okay. Patrice, you're never mean. You're direct. You're sweet. Very sweet. Alright, so I'm assuming I'll be done with this video in 10 minutes. Thank you for sticking in here. I can't believe there's 120 people that still are watching this piece of poo video that I did. But I am so happy that you guys know what you're doing, have stayed on and tried to help me through this. And then Jennifer, I know you have that new machine. I hope that just watching this makes you feel like, okay, I can do that, because I saw Marilyn, who is a beginner, do it. And it didn't turn out perfect, but it was okay. Yep, Marianne, very interactive. I love it. Uh-oh, Unbiased is throwing me under the bus now. Unbiased, where are you? Where are you? Or maybe she's throwing Patrice under the bus. Aw, thank you. Thanks, Sheila. Let's see. I use a brilliant software. So I haven't ventured into really using software. Well, I take that back. I used Ink Stitch. So Inkscape is free. It's a extension of Inkscape, and I I actually did one design just super fast, not really knowing what I was doing, and it turned out pretty good. Now, it was a simple design. It wasn't anything fancy. It was just like a heart. Oh, Patrice, you're so sweet. You learned a lot from me. That I use too much basting spray. Thanks, Dimps. So I think Dimps is going to try to make a beanie like what Patrice did last week. And that would be a good video. All right, my last letter. Sorry if I'm having to yell over this thing. Jamie, you're doing great. No need to put yourself. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, push the start button. Marilyn, concentrate. See, Marianne, I have no idea what a cluster head hair is. All right, Rachel. Rachel, what are you embroidering? Rachel has a multi-needle machine. She's a master embroiderer, like Patrice and Eve. So I probably need a garment label. So I probably need my seam ripper to get that thing out. So while it's finishing, let me see if I can find that real quick. I'm looking for my little curved scissors, guys. Here's a pair. Oh, those aren't curved. I have curved scissors. These are at least little scissors. I don't know where my curved ones are. Okay. There you go. Fake it till you make it, right? Making holiday cards. That's right, Jamie. I remember you talking about being a paper crafter, a card crafter, and like you made a card for your neighbor. That's been a while. Okay, so my embroidery is finished, so I can hit the little check mark that says I am done. And take my hoop off. Gladly done. Gladly done. Made it through it. Okay. So let's get this big old machine out of the way. Oh my gosh, I have a mess of stuff over here. All right, let's see what we're dealing with here. It looks good. So Chris, all the questions I had, the stuff I had to make sure I understood, it was worth it, right? Okay, so I'm just going to pull this up, and that's going to pull that. Ooh, doesn't like those stitches. There we go. Pull the tearaway off. So Ruby says I have a new 1150E, haven't done much with because I use a multi-needle. Maybe I should be taking those stitches out first. All right, got my little baby. Those are really nice big stitches that look like they're going to be pretty easy to take out. So now that we're getting close to the end, what are you all doing this weekend? You have any big plans? I don't. I have almost no plans, and I love it that way. I mean, I have some plans and stuff I want to do, but I mean, I don't have to really go anywhere. I go somewhere on Sunday mornings, and other than that, I don't really have to go anywhere. So we have this thing. I think I started talking about it earlier, and then my mind wandered. I don't know if I started talking about it earlier, but we had this thing today at work. We have a Renaissance program. So that's for kids that earn rewards. And today, so I have this quarter's Renaissance team. That's a team of teachers and other staff. And so today, for all the kids, not just the kids that earned a Renaissance card, but for any kid that didn't have a tardy this school year so far, they got to come to what we call the No Tardy Tater Tot Party. And we served a few thousand tater tots. Patrice, in your school, you'd be like serving, I don't know, 100,000 tater tots. But we served tater tots. We made chili. We had cheese, sour cream, ketchup for those kids that didn't want chili and everything on top of it. It was so much fun. So it was the last 30 minutes of the day. And they could come in to the cafeteria. We served up, teachers and I served up. The principal served up some of the food. And so they got to come in, get their tater tots, and we threw on whatever they wanted, chili, cheese, yada, yada, yada. And then we let them go a little bit early. And it's the first time we've ever done it, but it was really a lot of fun. I think the kids enjoyed it. And I like the fact that even if you didn't earn a Renaissance card this quarter, if you didn't get any tardies, you still get, you know, some nice stuff. It was fun, Jamie. It was a lot of fun. The kids were really appreciative. Okay, so I'll go ahead and start pulling that off. I still need to get these stitches out. It looks like it did a little bit of over stitching, like where it's stitched twice, or I don't think it did any back stitching, so I think it shouldn't be too hard to get done. Remove the basing stitch first. That's what I'm doing. I'm removing these stitches. Oh, this on the back? I don't know. I don't know, Sheila. I don't know what I'm doing. But I can tell you my battery's low, which means Patrice is going to be yelling at me if I don't go plug it in. I'll plug it in if it dies. Okay. Come on, eyes. You've been around for a long, long time, but don't fail me now. And don't pull on the wrong thing, Marilyn. Remove bobbin thread from back to prevent hole in front. Oh, that's so smart. Okay. Now you tell me. You probably were yelling that the whole time. Probably the whole time. I have most of it out. There's one little ornery part that doesn't want to come out. So I'm just going to cut it short and pull it through the back in a little bit. Let's see. Okay, I got it. Oh, I have a charger, Tim. It's right there if you want to go around there. See that cord right there? Mm-hmm. And then if you could plug it in up there. Yeah, Patrice. Patrice says, I should have asked about that charger. Shake my head. Thank you.
Right. You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Okay, so now I'm just going to pull all this tearaway stuff off. He is the best, Marianne. I don't know why he's watching an embroidery video, but and like actually paying attention to it. I'm sure he's doing other things and just has it running. He doesn't want to learn how to embroider. Okay, so I'm getting all this tearaway stuff out, and I have most of it out, not quite all of it. And look, Chris, I have some of my top thread on the back, which you said I should have. Okay, so I think I have most all the tearaway gone. And then there's a little bit left. I can clean up those stitches, but I'm not going to waste your time to do that. Then the other thing is this fusible stuff. You can pull it up and trim away quite a bit of that. Again, I'm not going to spend your time. Need to get Tim a hat. He's working overtime tonight. He does need a hat. He needs a hat. Okay, so now I have the insides of all this water soluble stuff that I want to just pull that up. Again, it was suggested to me to pull up as much as you can, because if you have to use water on it, you know, it dissolves in water, so it's going to have a little bit of, she didn't use this word, but I assume it'd be kind of gummy. So get all this off. Jamie. Girl, I've been afraid of all of it. Pull that thing out and try it. Do it. I don't know what movie that's from, but do it. Okay. I think I have a tiny bit left, but we are going to say that looks pretty good. There's a little bit right there. My Cricut tweezers. Oh, yeah, I probably should have. Okay. Then we have the little jump stitches, and I have a cute little pair of scissors here. They're not rounded like I thought they were, but they're cute. They're fun to use. They may not be very sharp, but they didn't cost very much. And Chris, those are my rhinestone tweezers. Those are not my Cricut tweezers. Okay, I see a little piece I could have trimmed a little bit better. Now, hopefully, Marissa, hopefully this is the right way. I think it is. I think I have a nice little system now. There we go. Okay, so this one, the placement turned out better than the last one. I need to start getting a little bit closer down to this thing, but that's not bad. Look at it, Piper. That looks pretty good. That's pretty respectable. I see I still have some of the shiny water soluble stuff. If I can't get it all off with tweezers or my fingernails, then I'll dab a little bit of water on, but I like it. It looks pretty good. What do y'all think? Yay! Yay, yay, yay. Thanks, Victoria's Creations. Thanks. Hey, Late Night Crafting with Stacy. Thank you, everyone. All right. Let me get rid of that. Show you both my hats, and then we're out of here. Thanks, Kevin. Let's see. Marianne, did you get your answer to the beanie and rhinestone? So, Demps, what was your question? Thanks, Jennifer. Thanks, Lachelle. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, third time's a charm, Naomi. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you. All right, so here's my two hats. Here's the first one I did tonight, which is literally the second one I've ever done. And I'm not good with cameras. There it is. There's Remy's hat. It's too low on the brim, but I'll redo it. Piper's hat is a little bit better. It's not as low. It's still not centered. Maybe I should do 2 pieces of paper. Maybe I should do 1 piece of paper that's the whole size of the brim, and then a second piece where I want my design. I don't know. What are some hacks? Practice, good practice, and just start getting used to what it should look like or where it should be. That's probably the best hack. No hack at all. That's me, Remy D. Thanks, Patrice. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Well, you all have a good rest of your evening. It looks like the evening is getting close to being up, especially for those of you out on the East Coast. I appreciate you guys coming in here. I appreciate you giving me some tips, some pointers, even a hard time for those of you that like to give me a hard time. Maybe just read the manual and learn to trace. Like Chris, look at this. Look at this. Maybe just read the manual and learn to trace. Yes. Yes, yes, I need to do that. Okay, so this question is for anybody out there. I think somebody asked this a bee earlier. If you wanted to bling a beanie, would it be better to bling on a patch and then attach the patch to the beanie since it's stretchy? So even if you're still on here, what do you think? Patrice, what do you think? Anybody that blings, what do you guys think? I would almost feel like if the beanie fabric isn't so, like this is pretty sweatery type material. Patrice made a beanie out of more ribbed, was it ribbed polyester? Some ribbed material, ribbed knit. I would think maybe you could just bling straight on that, but on these, I don't know. Maybe I would put them on a patch first. If anybody has an opinion, put it in the chat. Thanks, Stamps. Thanks, Chris. All righty. Whoops, let me get that off here. Yes. What are you saying yes to? That I need to learn to trace? Oh, I'll bet she's saying yes. You could put it directly on the rib knit, but otherwise maybe put it on a patch. It didn't stretch as bad as you think it. Oh, okay. So even if you put the stones directly on these types of things, it doesn't stretch as bad as you think. Cool. What do you think, Eve? Aw, Kevin. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. You need one and his head is big. Look at that. I need one. My head is big. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a great evening. I hope you have a nice weekend. We should see you. I think Patrice and Eve have date night tomorrow night. That'll be exciting. And then don't forget the buy-in is getting ready to end. What's the date for the end of the buy-in? I have a date in mind, but I don't want to say it if it's wrong. So Demps, I know you know, and Eve's in there. Patrice, everybody probably knows. It is beyond when you could use that Black Friday code for shipping, but just pay for shipping. You've missed it, just pay for shipping. Yeah, Bernadette, it will be a smoother sale once I learn the machine. Okay, so it ends on the 3rd. Thanks to Londa and Patrice and EJ's daughter, Eve. Awesome. It ends on the 3rd, and that is Sunday. So you guys have a great weekend. I appreciate you being here, and I'll see y'all later.